The change from autumn to winter brings the shortest day and the longest night each year, the point on the calendar that marks the winter solstice. It's a natural phenomenon that has been both a time of trepidation and celebration through the ages.
The Cincinnati Nature Center celebrated the winter solstice with the music of a Celtic band, a storyteller for kids, and some visual aids to demonstrate that the Earth's rotation had progressed to North America's farthest point from the sun.
The tilt doesn't change, and so now North America is tilted as far away from the sun as it can get. You can see as it turns, the sun is actually lower down on the horizon and farther away from North America. And so this is the time of year when the sun is the weakest.
For this center that believes that nature should be celebrated in all seasons, the stories for the young people were predictably about nature.
She picked the purple flower, stuck it with the pink and purple flower. She turned to go back home, and there, standing in front of her, was a wolf. Now, it wasn't the big bad wolf, that'd be a whole other story, but it was a big bad wolf. He had big ears, and big teeth, and black beady eyes, and he had a big old, you know what it's called on an animal when it sticks way out? It's not the nose, but you know, what is that? Snout. It was the snout, that's right.
Connie O'Connor pointed out to her audience that the people of ancient times developed rituals around the winter and summer solstices because of the importance of daylight.
It's the oldest celebration probably the oldest celebration of all times is winter solstice. Because there was a time when people really didn't know if the sun was going to come up again. All they knew was that the days were getting shorter and shorter. They thought maybe the sun was sick. Maybe the sun wasn't going to shine again. And so on winter solstice, the shortest night or longest night of the year, they would burn Yule logs and sit up all night long and kind of, watch that fire and kind of, hope that the sun would come and give it encouraging words. Please, sun, come up again. And they would celebrate when the sun would come up the next morning.
Because various cultures celebrated both the seasons and religious holidays at roughly the same times, they gradually blended to mark both the coming of winter and occasions like the Nativity.
The two traditions started to blend around that time of the year, and holidays became kind of a mix of a lot of different people's cultures and beliefs.
Even when winter makes the grounds of the center seem barren, there is a quiet beauty that marks the season. The leafless trees blend with the evergreens and the soft rays of the sun to create scenes of solitude.
We get to see nature all the time out here, and it's always inspirational. And we see the evergreens. We see the animals are still out and about in February. That's a big season for the wildlife. That's when many of them are starting to breed. And people still think there's nothing going on out here, but it's full of life. And we're really happy to be able to share that with people.